I'm fine. What about you?
I am doing very well, thank you. What is your name?
My name is Vivek, and what is your name?
My name is Rebecca.
Okay, and which
Rebecca.
country?
hmm
Rebecca.
hmm
Okay, and which country do you belong?
I am from the United States, but I live in Mexico right now. How
Okay,
how about you? Where are you from?
I'm from India.
India. Okay. And where in India? Do you live in a big city or do you live in a small town?
Uh, this is a town,
In a
not a
town.
big city, but not a big city, but this town is belongs to a very cultured and well civilized. Many facilities are available.
Oh, good, nice. I like that. I prefer living in a smaller town with all the offerings instead of a big city where there's a lot of traffic and congestion. Yeah, I prefer the smaller cities.
Okay.
Um, so it looks like you have a lesson plan here that you've chosen. Do you want to do the lesson plan or do you want to work on conversation?
Actually, I see the lesson plan and
hmm
a lesson plan which is a time management. Uh, which I want to discuss about to you. And
Okay.
what about you understand the plan management? Actually, I work in the some two different job, and
Okay.
I realize the time is so precious as well as, and I manage the time, but even eventually I realize that it is so difficult to manage all the things. So I want to advise a good advice which you want to give.
Okay. On time management?
Yes, 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 yes. Time management.
Okay. Is and just so I understand correctly, so since you work the two jobs, you
Yes,
want
yes.
to work on time management um, and to try to still find time to learn to study English? Or what exactly on time management do you want to work on?
Actually, I want to understand the managed time in two different jobs, and also I am a teacher. First job is my teacher, and I completed my BTech, so I teach the student in technical courses, and I realize the English is the so important tools which I communicate in our students, and in globally if I discuss about the language perceptions, I realize English is the so important tools. So
Yeah, it definitely is in business. It seems that most businesses are conducting mostly in English when it's an international or global. So yeah, it's definitely helpful. But so your primary job is a teacher? And what type of work do you do in the technical field? What
actually, ma'am, I completed in BTech in technical. I'm actually a mechanical engineer. Do you
mechanic
understand the mechanical?
Yeah, mechanical engineer. Okay, okay. I didn't under I misunderstood or misheard the first time. So you're a mechanical engineer.
Yes, yes,
And is that what you teach at the university level? Do you teach mechanical engineering?
yes, 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 absolutely right.
Gotcha. Okay,
Yes,
okay. It's all I get it now. So you're very busy and you need to work on time management because
yes, yes, absolutely right.
okay.
Not much.
So so when do you study English? Since you're so busy, what types of things are you doing to study English besides talking on Cambly?
Actually, my English is not the so good, and I want to improve the English. And basically, business and the fluent English, which I want to improve.
Okay, so are there certain things that you're doing? Because sometimes, like, I'm trying to learn Spanish since I live in Mexico, right? But I also
Okay.
am fairly busy, so I have a hard time dedicating time to learn. So what I do is when I'm on my way to work or cleaning my house, I'll listen to podcasts in Spanish. Do you ever
Okay.
listen to podcasts in English or
Yes.
the
Uh,
news or
I actually listen the podcast, but many time this is not more. But I listen. I
okay.
listen.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and me too. When I listen in Spanish, I don't always understand all of it, but I usually, if I keep listening, I'll learn some new words or it'll help me with the pronunciation as well because it's just hearing the speech over and over is helpful, and you can do it in your free time, right? When you're doing something else and it's just on in the background in your headphones, right? Um, it's just an extra tip to make use of a very busy schedule, right? So you're cooking dinner and you can be listening, or sometimes if you have time ever to watch a TV program in English, or just, I know it's hard to find time just to watch TV, but that's why listening um, while you're out and about is sometimes a good thing.
Okay, I understand. Podcast actually, I listening the instead of the music, I listening the podcast in English language.
Yep. Yeah, and
Okay.
I think you might find it helpful. I do, and there's you can listen to podcasts that you're interested in, or there's specific ones for learning English that you can listen to, and they're all free. I mean, most all of them are free.
Yes, yes,
Yeah,
yes,
so it's
yes.
just a free resource in your time where you're doing something else. Like if you commute to school, well, you can listen in the car or on the bus. Um,
And and I also use the Google Translate,
mhm.
which I spoke, and there will be the some sentence are automatic generate, and I understand the this. This is also maybe help
Yep.
or not.
Yes, yes. And have you heard of Duolingo?
Duolingo,
Yep. It's
no.
an app on your phone. It's a phone app, and it's for Apple or Android. And it's also a free application, and it's really good for learning vocabulary, and it's free, and you can do it like 5 minutes a day. If you have 5 minutes sitting on the bus or whatever, you just download it on your phone, and
Uh,
it's actually pretty good. And there are tests that you can take after you've completed the whole program that a lot of places will
yeah,
take as a certification of your English level or whatever language that you're.
yeah, definitely use. This is basically the broadcast basis or
This Duolingo isn't a podcast. That one is just an app on your phone to teach. It's
okay,
and you can select. They have tons of languages, not just English or Spanish, or there's
okay,
many languages where it's sometimes fun just if you're traveling somewhere and you want to learn a little bit about the language, it's just another thing in that you can squeeze into your busy day and still help. Like 5 minutes a day on Duolingo will really help your English as well. You know.
yeah, definitely use.
Mhm.
I definitely use.
And then
And
another thing is Engoo. I don't know if you've heard of that.
Engoo, yes, yes, I listen.
Okay, yeah, it's just another. I like all the free things that are available. That a little bit of this, a little bit of that, and it really does make a good picture, right? Like you just add a little few things every single day in your free time.
And And what advice do you give me? What should I manage the time? Such as if I use the time in 6 to 7 hours in morning, and after that I will use the 4 to 5 hours after the first job. And if I came to the house in 10 approximate 10 p.m., then what should I manage all the things? If you have any interest.
Yeah, it's. I mean, if you're already getting home so late, like 10 p.m. is pretty late to try to do. You know, I would basically. That's why I'm trying to give you advice on how you can sneak some studying in during your busy day. So even if it's you have a lunch break at work and then you can listen to a podcast or do a few minutes on Duolingo so that when you come home at 10 p.m., maybe you can do 15 minutes on Cambly, something that's harder to do when you're out and about. But I would just try to take advantage of the little parts of your day, like when you're commuting or when you're cleaning or cooking or doing some normal tasks that you can always be listening on your headphones.
Okay. And there are some accent effect is also uh, some accent effect is also affected on the English communication language. And like example, जैसे I communicate you to in American accent, and last time I communicate a ma'am which is belongs to the German, perhaps I say.
Yeah.
Uh, our communication, I definitely understand all the things, but his language I little bit understand or
And
not.
some are more difficult. My last student was struggling with my American accent because he always has British tutors, so it is very different. But I think it's good to have tutors of all different accents so you get used to hearing, and then you can understand more people. I know people struggle with the Scottish accent is very difficult for some people, but I think it's good to try and listen to all different kinds, and it makes
Always find
other
the
kinds of
beauty.
accents. It is good. Sometimes when you're learning in the beginning, it's nice to stick with one, but your English is really pretty good. So it's probably good for you to listen to many different accents because your comprehension is good. Your vocabulary is quite large. You seem to comprehend everything that I'm saying,
Right.
so yeah, you definitely, I think, can benefit from listening to tutors of all different accents, but it's up to you what you're comfortable with, because you can stick with
Okay.
one for a while and get it down, and then mhm.
And I tried to communicate in my student in many times in English, but in fluency which I want to, but not to complete it. But I
That's
tried
and
my
that's
best.
all that you
And
can do. The more that you try, the easier it will become. You just have to keep practicing. Oh shoot, we're almost out of time. It was really nice to meet you.